Welcome to What's Your Story, where we, Jamie Marco,
and Stan Brown,
delve into the extraordinary lives of everyday people.
Listen in as we uncover the unique tales that shape who we are,
one story at a time.
Hey, let's get ready to explore today's story.
Let's do it. Hi, Dad.
Hello, Jamie.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to have you back in my house with me.
That's just the location check, folks.
Oh, it is
Nice
so
house.
fun. Thanks.
Just
You
one,
like it?
just one room?
Just one room. Yeah. Just one room. Yeah. Lots of noises popping over here today. I feel a little discombobulated today. I don't know what's going on.
That's a multisyllabic, a polysyllabic word.
It is?
Discombobulated.
What is, like four syllables?
Poly is many, and syllabic is syllables, so it's polysyllabic.
How often do you use that actual terminology?
3 times a day. It's one of my faves.
Oh, okay. All right. So listen, we have someone today. I'm actually just trying to set things up. We have somebody today who neither of us really knew. It's somebody that I actually met just from being out in the community. I'm excited to have them on our session together today. And I think we can just hop on in because I know a little bit about this individual, but I met her in St. Pete, Florida. And I met her while I was walking the pier, and I don't want to jump into her story. I want her to be able to tell it.
One could say this could be serendipitous.
Very good. It could be.
Also polysyllabic.
Yes, but it just goes to show you that you just...
Is your name Polly?
No. But it just goes to show you that you never realize, like, everybody has a story. And if you don't stop to ask those questions, you don't get to know it. And I will share with you that the Snow White movie that came out by Disney, there's a really great scene in that movie that talks about or saves her life almost because she knew everybody's story. And it was a really good learning lesson. I saw it with my daughter, and we talked about the power of knowing people's names and the power of slowing down and understanding who people are. And in that case, it actually is life-saving, and it's pretty incredible. So today, had I not stopped and just started having this conversation, I would never have been able to meet this incredible human who you're going to get to meet today, who we get to have a podcast with.
Did you remember the names of all the dwarfs? Is that what it was?
She does remember those, but that's a different part.
Okay.
Different part. All right, you ready? Let her in. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. All right, listener, we are letting her in. We are recording. Let's do it. It's Tya. I believe hopefully I'm pronouncing it correct. It's Tya Barker. And I hope that I am pronouncing it correctly, but I will allow her to forgive us if we're not pronouncing it correctly.
See ya, Tya.
What?
I don't see it, Tya.
I don't know why the Zoom or what's going on with my computer today.
Hello, Tya. Come on.
See why things are so slow moving today. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so I'm excited for you to meet her, for you to hear her story as well too, and to see how cool her story is.
I'm ready.
So, Tya, are you there? You're on mute. So if you want to come off, you just have to unclick mute. There we go. I think, oh, there you are in your car. I love it. You're on mute. So just tap your screen and unclick the microphone where it says mute. Well, we'll give you a minute. I bet she is on her way.
Maybe she's a mime. Is she a mime?
She is not a mime. We can't hear you just yet, but you'll just have to hit the microphone piece. There we go.
Perfect.
Let's hear you.
Okay. I'm back. Okay, can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
I hope
you're
driving.
No, I'm actually sitting at the nice Gandy Causeway. I go by the water every morning, so it's part of my
know the area well.
Oh. Yeah, so I like coming here not on the weekends, because on the weekends you don't get any area to sit at all.
Yeah. You do that every morning, you go by the water?
Yes, it's a ritual of mine. Like, it helps with my just thought process.
I call it a good mental reset.
Yes. I love the nature. Nature gets me back to just realizing what's really important.
I love that.
Yes. Great to see you too, by the way.
You too. I was just explaining to my dad how we met serendipitously, and we'll talk about what that was like. But we also like to start our conversations off by asking this question. So
Okay.
today, knowing that you're in your happy place, getting, your water and getting grounded, on a scale of 1 to 10, one being it's a day where you probably should have not gotten out of bed, to a 10 being it's the best day of your life. And I know you're also a mom and you have a daughter similar in age to mine. So obviously, tens are hard to find because we have worries about our kids and life and business. What is
Yes.
your number today on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say I'm like at an 8.
Ooh, I like it.
Only because like I've got some I went and sold at a market in Bradenton this weekend, and I got like some really good connections with some art galleries.
Wow.
So like I'm excited about for what's to come with that. But
So it's
the
kind of
other
like it's a residual 8.5.
yes, yeah. So it's like yes. So the other 2 points that I took off is just the stress of what I'm gonna paint. Trying to
Mm.
come up with some ideas to like submit to them in like a week or so.
Oh, wow. And I love that because, like, listen, you're about to tell us your story, but you haven't always been a painter. That is something that came to you later in life. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I tell everyone, art kind of came by accident for me. I never grew up painting, drawing, even caring about being an artist. Like I thought all artists were weird. I never thought I would be one. And like it just came by accident. I've been making soap for 10 years. I have a soap company. And that started just from our daughter's eczema and her having skin issues. So we started our soap company 10 years ago. And about 2 years ago, I wanted to start making soap dishes that were like bright and colorful
Careful.
and just, yeah, just different. I was selling at Pier 60 in Clearwater, and I just seen such a great opportunity to have like some cool soap dishes on the pier for people to grab with my soap.
Mm.
So that was actually going pretty good, but I had people coming back to me saying, I actually like hung your soap dish up on the wall. And you don't want to put your soap bars on your art. So
What
can you,
a compliment.
yeah, so is there any way you could, like, you need to start putting this on a canvas?
Fair,
And
fair question, because my mind, if I don't ask you now, I'm probably going to forget. Without divulging any trade secrets, what's the main ingredient in soap?
so, I mean, the main ingredient is what they call sodium hydroxide, which is the lye. That's LYE.
As
But that
opposed to
is,
as opposed to the
yeah,
truth.
yeah, exactly. So that's actually the chemical, but it's a salt basically. But that's what creates soap to lather. The oils, I use virgin olive oil and virgin coconut oil. But when you link the oils with the sodium, that creates a new texture.
Hmm.
So what happens is I do hot process. So I cook my soaps in big pots, and it gives my soap a texture of almost like I've heard people say it looks like granite or it looks like stone, but it gives it a rustic look to the
Oh,
soap.
it's a great look.
So
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So I do it that way, and then what happens is the sodium mixes with the oil, and it creates lather once the bar hardens up. So, and when I made my first bar, like I couldn't believe it. Like my husband, he was my test lab rat, but
He's
he
still
told me if
alive.
it was good or not. And he's still like, she's seen him, she met him and everything, so
I
he's
did.
still around.
He's in an undisclosed location somewhere.
Yes, so and that's how it created started. I started selling bars, I started giving them away, and then I started selling them in like parking lots until I got ran off. And then these were in my earlier days.
Yes. Well, and I want
Um,
to jump back into your art in just a second, but I think it's really so you, I mean, the soap, it wasn't like you just woke up one day and you said, I wanted to make soap. You had a child who had really bad eczema. And I went through
yeah.
the same thing. And it's really frustrating as a parent being told by a pediatrician, put on these different lotions, do this different stuff. And I'm wondering, is that like what got you to make your own soap? And we'll get back into the art in a minute, but like
Mhm.
what got you to even do that? Because I know how frustrated we were. Like we used to put my daughter in these little cardigans. She looked like a little old British lady when she was like a year old because she was always so covered in eczema. So tell me like how you got to that path.
So it was kind of crazy. It started with this patch that was on her leg, and it was like literally driving us crazy. We were going to the store, we were buying the Aveeno, the Ser, like just all those brands,
Yeah,
buying them that
been
claim
there.
eczema relief, but it was making her worse. And we were going to like all these pediatricians, And they just basically were telling us that she had to get steroid cream
Oh,
and
gee.
that she had to go through series of shots.
Yep.
And I swear it had to have been the good Lord above that knew my mind, because I got introduced to another pediatrician. I got rescheduled that day to see a different one. They rescheduled my appointment to see a different doctor. And
Okay.
that doctor, she asked me a simple question nobody else asked me. She was like, "What soap have you been using on your daughter? And what lotions? What have you been using on her?" And I told her I told her all the brands, Dove and everything from the store. And that's when she told me, she was like, "You need to stop." And she was from Colombia. She was like 5'2", like this little sweet pediatrician. Like, she's like, "You need to stop using that and get her Habon." And I was like, "What is that?" And she explained it to me. She's like, "Natural soap."
And
Oh,
So that,
serendipitous meeting that was
yes.
yeah,
planned.
yeah. So that kind of struck my interest, because I was like, "Well, why is she saying Dove isn't natural?"
Yeah.
And that kind of made me look into the ingredients of it. And I went home that day and I turned that box around, which is something I've never done my whole life, but now I do it all the time. I read ingredients to everything. But I turned the box around and I researched every single ingredient that was in the Dove bar. And I was just shocked of how many harmful chemicals there are in it, and how they advertise it for sensitive skinned people, and how it's nothing but chemicals. So me and my husband were like, we got to do something. We got to do something. We need to make our own soap. So I just got a lot of books. I'm a bookworm, so I got books, old books from like the 70s, and just read like books of how to make soap from scratch, the old school style. And it started from there. And I had just random people, like strangers, come to me saying that their eczema went away or their acne went away. My daughter has never had an eczema flare up ever since she was 2. And that's when we started our business. So I've been using our products on her,
What's the name
and
of
it
your
worked.
what's the name of the company?
A Pink Ocean brand.
Yeah.
Pink Ocean brand. I have a 5-star company on Etsy. I've been running business off Etsy, which I just went to the post office this morning to ship some orders off before I got here. So I'm constantly shipping orders off on top of the painting now. So that's why I'm like,
A great,
man,
great story of life changes. It's
Right. But
fantastic.
yeah,
so let me
yeah,
make sure you get this. So before
yeah.
you did all this soap stuff, what were you doing for work? Like, what was tell us a little bit about that? Because I think that's
Yes,
fascinating. So, well,
that's what.
where'd you grow up? Did you grow up in Florida?
So I'm a New Jersey baby. I was born in Newark, New Jersey, but I was actually brought down to Florida when I was like maybe 7. My mom brought me down. My grandma was down here, and she was like, "We're bringing you down here. It's too much snow up there." So my mom and me came down here, but my mom wasn't around, so she left. Had a rough life, so I lived with my grandparents my whole life. And so I was in the books, and I tell people I was raised older. So I was raised to read books. I watched Audrey Hepburn movies and Twilight Zone, stuff like that.
My
So
girl, my girl.
yeah, I had to like entertain myself. So books was something I always was into. And my grandma was always watching Law and Order. So I grew up like wanting to be an attorney, have that scene of me in the courtroom winning the case. So I actually studied law. I was a paralegal for 18 years.
Baby.
I was in courtrooms doing medical malpractice, depositions, mediations, all types of stuff in suits and heels, like every
Are
day.
you enjoying
Like,
it?
yeah, I was a paralegal for like one of the top attorneys, Morgan and Morgan, Fair and Farah. That was up in Jacksonville. That's where I was living before I got here. And I got here in Clearwater, my son, which is 22 now, but he got a scholarship for basketball in Clearwater. So that's how we ended up getting here. And I didn't plan on really selling my soap or being an artist or anything when I got here. I just decided to set up one day at Wagon Wheel Flea Market in Pinellas. And I couldn't believe how much love I got from everybody. They loved the soap, and I wasn't painting at the time, but they loved the soap. And it kind of got me and my husband thinking, like, wow, we may have a business here. Like, this is something people are really loving. So I ditched the law. I took my LSAT, and I didn't get the score I needed. So I think that was for a reason. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go down that path.
Yeah.
So I decided to pursue our soap business. And I've been doing it ever since then. And I've sold at Pier 60 in Clearwater and Gulfport. And I went to St. Pete Pier, and that's when I met Miss Jamie. So, so that
So
was
cool.
amazing.
So then let's jump back into that. So you're making these soap dishes and they're
Mhm.
art, and people are like, I need to hang them up. They're incredible, which led you to the other piece of what you do, which is you create really fantastic, incredible art now.
Yes, so which is was complete I 180 for me. I had no idea. I was just drawing and painting what I thought in my mind, and these people will just say, "You're like Peter Max or Keith Haring," and I'm like, "Me?" I couldn't believe it. And so I started like setting up my table, and what really got me going was there's this one guy coming to my booth every week buying a new piece of mine, and I didn't know what he was doing. I'm like, he really likes my stuff. So he told me that he spoke to other artists locally, and they all told him to start collecting my art now because I'm gonna go places with my art. So he's got like a whole like shed of all my pieces that I first started making 2 years ago.
He's a
He's got them,
soul
not me.
stalker.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was kind of like crazy. And then other people started buying my art and collecting it. And like it's
I
just
want
it
to
was
see something.
amazing.
Is anything in your car? I need to see something.
I actually did. So let me see. I This is what I'm working on right now. Hold on, can you see?
So
This
cool.
is like
I love
Oh, that's
that.
fabulous stuff.
For so listener, if you're not watching the YouTube, you have to go watch it. But also you have stuff online they can
Go to the
see too, like
website.
on
Sure.
Instagram.
Pink
yeah, so
Ocean.
actually I have a TikTok I just created with my artwork on there. And if anybody wants to follow me, that would be amazing because I'm trying to get my followers up. But it's it's at I Love Pink Ocean brand on TikTok. And then I have my Etsy shop, which is a Pink Ocean brand on Etsy, and I have my own website as well, pinkoceanbrand.com. And
Oh.
I'm painting faster than I'm updating on my website. So I have a lot of pieces that I have to add on my website, but I set up at markets too as well.
I bet you go to sleep at night and come up with ideas from dreaming, eh?
Yeah. Like that one I just showed you. I was at the water yesterday and I just wanted to paint like some fish, but I like painting in like a, as you see, like a bright abstract way. So
Yeah.
people gravitate towards and they love it and it
They're
makes
very
them happy.
upbeat. They're very upbeat. Yes.
What an
Yeah, yeah.
incredible. I mean, I just love what you're doing. And I love when we met, just the energy that you exude. Like you're just like your aura just shines bright, as they would say. And I imagine
Mhm.
like, listen, growing up and being, moving at the age of 7 from New, or you said age of 7 to Florida, and then being raised by, were you an only child growing up as well?
So I was until my brother came. So until about maybe, I don't know, maybe 14 or 15, that's when my brother popped up. But I was, for the most part, I grew up by myself, just me, my grandparents, and just trying to just figure out life as a single, only child. And then my brother came, but the age difference. So I was a teenager when he was a baby.
Did you
Yeah.
So he
draw
was
as a child at all? Sketch?
no, no. And
Wow.
that's what was crazy. I never sketched. I never had like time where I was just sitting there and drawing. It's coming out now. And that's what's really weird about this to me because I never did it.
Yeah,
Never did I.
once you're connected to the creative force out there, it starts to
Mhm.
trickle, and it becomes a hose, then it becomes a tsunami. So I'm sure your mind is full of constantly new ideas that beget new ideas.
Yes, every minute. So like I got invited, I was at the Bethel show in January, which is in Pasadena, which is like a fine arts juried show, which I could not even believe I even got juried into that. This is just all unbelievable to me
Yeah.
that every single time people tell me that they love my art, it's such a blessing because I can only give it to God, like to who gave me this hand to draw all of
Now,
a
the
sudden.
art we just saw, which was gorgeous, is that it's tied to being a soap dish, or really the artist take on it's a separate thing.
Yeah, so that actually, I don't make the soap dishes anymore, which my husband's like, now you need to go make the soap dishes back again. So,
Honey, that's your job.
yeah, so, but that's actually a canvas. It's a flat canvas that I use. I have a lot of those, but I paint on all different types of stuff. I paint on wood, I do earrings, I paint on jewelry.
Wow.
But that is on a canvas. And I have art shows now that people are waiting for me to like paint new pieces and bring, and it's amazing. I got to get them framed and wired, and it's
So,
unbelievable.
and so you and your husband work together, right? You both do this together. Like he helps you with the business. Is that right?
Yeah, so he has his own business. He's a carpet installer. So he actually has his own carpet company that he installs carpet throughout Florida. But when he's not doing that, he helps me because he knows I can't load those tents and tables. Things
Yeah.
are heavy. I don't know how they expect like people to do that. Like you need like a crew or something. My goodness. So
How
yes,
long so you've been doing this now for how long? Since like how long would you say for full time this has been your gig and no longer the legal work?
about 10 years full time. 10
So
years.
so 10 years. So and your daughter is about 10 years old, right?
Yep. Yeah, she'll be 11 this year.
Okay. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
how has it impacted her seeing the success come from something that you didn't even know? Is she artistic? Is she inspired by what you're
Oh
doing?
yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. She steals my canvases. Like
Oh,
she'll have
really?
my paint. Yeah, so like, what are you doing? You got your own canvases, but she has to have mom's canvases. But yeah, she paints now, and she's doing jewelry now. And I don't know, remember like when I met you, she was doing fairy hair,
Ah,
face painting. Like she's just doing it all. Like she's just like me. Like if we could do it all, we will.
I,
That's her.
I love
Yeah.
that. And it's just so incredible to see. I mean, like when you were her age, what did you think? Like, what did you want to be? I know you mentioned you went into law because you were watching those shows, but what did you want to be when you grew up? Like, what did you think?
So it's kind of funny. Like I grew up watching Jurassic Park. Like that's when it first came out. So I wanted to be an architect. I actually wanted to go like be an archaeologist. Go
Oh,
like I thought
really?
I'd be able to go find like bones and dig them up. Like that was like my first thing I wanted to do. And
Yeah.
then I wanted to be a fashion designer because my grandma sewed all the time. She sewed all her clothes to go to work in. She never bought clothes. Like everything was sewn. Like she sewed her suits, her dresses. She sewed my clothes to go to school in. So like I wanted to be like a fashion designer.
That was your
But I was
hidden,
like, I'm
that was your hidden gene, though. It's buried in it. It opened up.
yeah, yeah. So it's like kind of coming full circle. I guess I do my fashion with my art. That's the way to do it, which is kind of funny now. I have done 2 jackets with artwork on it that people have come up to me and said, I'll give you my jacket. I need some artwork on it. I just did a lady last weekend, which Jamie, I'll send you the video. It's hilarious. But I painted a jacket for her and she loves it. So now people are coming to me to paint on their clothes.
Ooh,
So
I'll
like
have
now
you
I'm
make a
doing
jacket for, I'm gonna come see you and have a jacket made for me. I'd like a jacket.
yes, please.
I'd
I
like
would
a
love to do
Tya
that.
original.
Yes, so it would be
Yeah,
like
or
awesome.
Tya.
So that's something that I'm doing. Tia.
Yeah, sorry. I'd like a Tya
Tia,
original.
can they buy your art at the the Pink Ocean site?
Yes, so I have art on there on my website, but like I said, I'm updating it to put more new pieces on there because I can even tell like my pieces on my website, I've gotten better since then. So like I've got more pieces that I add. But I was selling at the St. Pete Pier, but I'm not selling there anymore at the moment because after the Bethel, I got such a good response that now I'm just going to pop-up art shows. So my next event, I'm going to be at the Tampa Bay Coffee Brewing Art Festival. That's April 5th. I'm going to have my artwork there for display, and I'm going to just start updating different areas where I'm going to be at. There's another market called Uptown in St. Pete. They just invited me to go set up next this in April. So I'll be there with all my art and display, my soaps and everything for sale too. And that's like off central.
Sure.
But I want to have
Definitely
it up.
keep updating your website because this episode will air later after those dates. So
Yes.
by the time that we're airing, it'll be after those two shows. But if people know that they can go to your website and they can see when your shows are, that would be a great place for them to see
Okay.
once they hear this incredible episode with you. I love it.
How
Yes.
long
Yeah.
are the canvas pieces? Do they vary in size?
Yeah. So I do 8x10s, 11x14s. My biggest one are 24x30s. I've already sold one, which was like so amazing. I'm getting bigger and bigger canvases now because now like I want to like do just big canvases. I've got murals that I'm working on.
Wow.
I have a guy in Bradenton. He has a hot dog shop. And it was kind of funny. He ran into me at the gas station this weekend when I was at a show in Bradenton. He saw my art piece hanging out the back of my car, and he's like, "You got to do a mural on my shop." So now that's something I'm venturing into too. So the canvas size I range from tiny ones all the way to your wall if you want.
So it's fabulous. You also, based your reputation and you design art, you go by one name. Just sign it, Tya.
Yeah, Tia.
Nothing else.
Yes, that's like it's amazing. Like, and
Woo.
it's coming full circle as to how even talking to y'all today is just it's a blessing. It's amazing. I'm
I
just
want to buy that
happy.
fish. I want
I'm
that. How
smiling.
big? How big is that fish piece of art? Very
Oh,
colorful.
that one's 11 by 14.
I love,
Yeah, I have a
what is, I mean, like, what's your big dream? Like, you're doing a lot where you want
This
to
is
now.
the big
I
dream.
know, but like, where do you see is next for you? Like, what, like, ultimately, if we could put it out there in the universe, what I always say, like, put it out there, like law of attraction. What do you want to happen next for you?
To be honest, I would love to paint for the rest of my life. Like, just paint. It does something to me therapeutic. It releases like just a good feeling. But I would love to be paid also, like very good. If I could do those two, like I sell pieces, but like I want to sell one of those like Brito pieces for like 10 grand or something like that one day, like get my name up there to where I can take care of my family and, try to take care of my mom. I want to bring her down here one day and help her out, and, do things.
You're probably gonna need an agent. For anybody approached you to be your agent?
I've had people come to me and say that I need to get one, but I haven't found him yet. I told my as of now my husband's my agent, but he doesn't really know about art that much, so I can't really
He'll find the right way. He'll find you the
do
right
so
way.
much.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely I'm right now I'm finding my own shows by word of mouth, and like I'm popping up to them, but I have artist galleries that are coming to me and they want me to submit my art. And now I'm like coming to the point where I need to like get a framer and
Yeah.
people to wire my art, and it's starting to take me to a different point.
Well, and it's
Yeah, so
also like that's working a different part of your brain, getting back into that left side of your brain where you have to be structured and you have to, all the details of you just want to paint. Like, you're kind of like, I get it. Like what I do for a living, I just want to go and speak and work with teams and let someone else do all my books and all that kind of stuff. But it's
it's
hard
like
to balance. So how do you, I know you said that you start off by going and seeing the ocean every day. And luckily we live in a place where you can do that. But how do you balance it all by being the wife, being a mom, being an artist, running the business? How do you manage to balance all of that? That's a lot to take on.
so I do a lot of self-therapy. I'm a big yoga, Pilates, meditation type of girl. I feel like that is something that everybody needs to do or try to incorporate in their lives. Eating healthy also, that is important to me. That has a lot to do with your mental, how you take your day. If you eat healthy, it's brain food. So like I feel like that's a way to keep balanced. But I do a lot of singing also. I'm not a good singer, but I crank my radio up a lot and I just like dance and sing. And it's just a way to like, I don't know, like loosen up all that like energy that you have that gets built up, especially as a mom, a wife, a sofer, an artist. I get balled up sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta release this energy. Let me go paint something. So so I'll like go paint or I'll do some yoga or I'll come by the water or something. Something like draw. I love drawing. So I find ways to have an outlet where I can do something either jogging or like I said, doing yoga or something physical to get my mind like just not focusing on all the stress. It's a way to de-stress in my life.
I love that. What
Mhm.
advice would you give to your younger self if you could go back to when you were like, say, 7, 8, 9, and you were navigating probably, some challenging times in your life, as you mentioned, you had to go and be raised by your grandparents and you left New Jersey or you left New Jersey and came down to Florida. What advice now, knowing where you are now, would you give to your younger self?
Oh man, I would tell myself to not take life so serious. It's
Mm,
okay. It's not the end of the world. life will go on and it'll be okay. Because that was one thing, I was just too serious, I feel like, up until now, like until I got older and just like, I just go for it now. Like, I don't second guess myself so
Much
much.
freer feeling, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just like way too like just worried about what people would think, I guess. Now like I care what people think, but I care how I feel more than what people would think. So growing up back then, that's something I would have definitely told myself, like to just not take life so serious, just smile more and have fun. I was a serious child. Like I was like I didn't play or anything. Like I was just like I think I let my environment make me sad
We all do
instead of
that,
just
sure.
going out there. Yeah, instead of just going out there and just not thinking about the bad, think more of the good. So that's something I would definitely tell myself.
I love what you said. Don't worry about what people think, worry about how you feel. I love that. When do you think that pivotal moment happened with you to help you realize that that was the way life should be?
When I decided I wasn't going to go to law school, and I told my family, because I was supposed to be the attorney, I'm the oldest in the family, so I was supposed to be the lawyer, the one with the big house that everybody came to go see. And this is Tia, the attorney. Like, but when I told my family that I was gonna quit that and become a soaper,
Shockwave.
and yes, and still to this day, like she's stuck in her ways. She's like, "You still make soap?" I'm like, "Yes, I have a company." So it's like, but yes, so that's something that I feel like that's I don't know, I would not do.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big deal. I think that I have a friend who talks about the pressure that we get from everybody else to be something, to do something, but it's really, we don't need to have that pressure. We just want to be like short. And if you
Yes.
can find what makes you happy. Because I remember, like, listen, we talked briefly about being in the legal field. It's not all sunshine and roses. It's not,
Uh-huh.
it's fun. It's high pressure, lots of like stress. And I
Yes.
guarantee people that see you now probably see a completely different Tia than what they saw then, based on just the
Oh
freedom
yeah.
yourself to have.
Oh, I smile way more than I was when I was in courtrooms. You got to be a different person.
Sure.
It's a different environment. It's just constant, just wood floors and courtrooms and suits and darkness. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Nobody's happy
It's a
when they go
dark
see an
world.
attorney.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I
today's
don't know.
schedule.
I'm,
No, go ahead.
yeah. No, I
No,
was like, I was too bubbly. I got told a lot by attorneys. I was too optimistic. They told me I'm Mrs. Optimistic. So I was like, okay, I guess that's a bad thing. I don't know. I just,
you're an upper instead of a downer. In your
yeah.
average workday now, what percent of your time is spent making soap dishes, and doing art? Soap dishes are finished. Yes.
Yes, but I may be bringing those back. I don't know. But now I'm painting like the majority of the time. Like it's just like today I'm gonna go paint some more pieces. I brought canvases with me to paint. So I say I'm about 90% painting, 10% doing my soaps, but I get orders, so I'm forced to. And when I get a lot of orders coming in, like I'll get 10 or 12 orders at a time.
Wow.
So because I have orders from customers who have been buying from me for 10 years. So it's something I can't ever stop doing. I will always be making my soap and doing my orders. If anything, I'm gonna teach my daughter how to do it so she can start taking over when she gets older. But yeah, nowadays my days are consumed with like painting
You
constantly.
ever,
Like
you ever make a soap dish was like almost like the artwork, like a companion piece?
I haven't thought of that. I might. So you just gave me an idea. I thought, yeah, see, I might do that.
I like that
Is
fish.
your soap like, so when someone orders it, is it on demand? So like you don't have a warehouse full of all this soap, like you're making it on demand, right?
So I have a warehouse where I make the soap, but I am with my soap. I like comparing it to almost like fresh food. So I don't like having soap sitting and sitting and sitting on the shelf waiting for orders to come in because I feel like the soap gets old and I don't want to give people old soap. So I like making fresh batches. So when the order comes in, I'll make a fresh batch of soaps. So when my customers get their soaps, they're fresh and they're not old and been sitting and hard and all that. So you get like nice fresh soap. So I make them as they come in. I do body butters as well. That I do as they come in. I just like making it fresh to me. That's almost like fresh bread. Like you don't want like stale bread.
I
You
love
want it to be like fresh and soft and like good. So I
How long
like
does
make
it
it fresh.
take? How long does it take to go from like making the batch of soap to actually it becoming a piece of soap?
So like melting the oils down to blending all the oils together takes about an hour. Then I cook it for another hour. So about 2 hours. But I'm getting faster now. I'm like a ninja because I've been doing it so long. I'm like, I just know how to do it. I can do it with my eyes closed now. It's like redundant to me. And now I make my top selling bar is turmeric and lemongrass. That's like one of the bars I sell the most. And triple butter. That's another bar that I sell a lot of. That was our original soap that we made for our daughter's eczema. It has three butters in it. Two are from West Africa, and then I have another butter that comes from India that's in the soap. So those are like two soaps I'm constantly making, shipping, bringing to my markets and selling. So, and those I sell those fast.
Do I remember correctly? Didn't you travel to go find some of these different things as well too? Is that incorrect or am I remember that correctly?
No, so I did research. Now the butters are in different countries. That was hard for me. I couldn't go there, but I did research online. Thank God for that, because it'd be hard for me to fly to West India and Gats. But I did research. Basically, we wanted to find different ingredients throughout the world that are higher quality, but we don't see them a lot in the United States. Like
Hmm.
I use kokum butter, and it's spelled Kokum. It's a fruit in Ghats, West India, but they press the seed of that and make a butter out of it for your skin. So I make it whipped, so you don't have to use lotions. It's something more natural, and I put it in my bars of soap. But we just like finding different things, like tamanu. Tamanu butter is another butter that I make that comes from Madagascar. That's like another butter that you can use on your skin. We started with shea butter when we first started our company, but once you start researching it, there's all different types of butters and oils that you can use. They're just in different parts of the world. So that's what I like getting different things and making products with them.
I love that. And your research skills as a paralegal probably help you in identifying
Yeah.
that as well too. So that background probably helps you.
Oh yeah. I told my husband it was a joke. So when I first met him, I researched him because I did from at my attorney's office. It was hilarious. I pulled up his pulled up his name and everything. He was a good guy. So he
How'd you guys
passed.
meet? How did you meet?
Oh, so it was kind of funny. I'm such an introvert. I never go out. And that one night I went out to like this bar with my friend. Like she's like, "Let's go out. Like you don't ever do nothing." And I went out that night and we've been together 20 years.
Wow.
So like this is way back.
Sure.
And like he was there and like I just loved his smile. Like he was so sweet. And like ever since then, like we've just been like connected. Like we're soulmates for sure. Like no matter how many arguments we get into, like we just love each other. It doesn't even matter. That's how I know I love him
I
because
love
he's so amazing. Yes, I don't want to like kill him,
that. Or at least not every day.
and not
That
every day. So,
in
but
itself
yeah,
could be a whole conversation.
yes, that's
I
a whole.
I just think it's so awesome what you have done with your life and how, just I think your story is just fascinating. And I love how you've created this new path for yourself, that it's opening other doors. And it just goes to show that when you find something that you love and you commit your heart and soul to it, all the doors start opening for you. And you're
Yeah,
experiencing that and witnessing that right now.
it's amazing. I'm like, I've just got so much coming at me at once, and it's like, so your podcast is the third one I've done in the past month. People are coming to me now saying they want me to do podcasts.
Mhm.
So like something's going on with that now. I did one last week with another lady, and then I have another lady who wants me to do another one. So I'm like, I guess doing podcasts now too.
Yeah.
That's another thing coming into my world. So thank you, Jamie.
No, of
Like,
course. I just, like we started this wanting to tell people stories and, every day we meet different people. And I just thought I met you and we briefly chatted, I think for like the 15 minutes that my daughter was getting her fairy hair. And I was like, oh
mhm.
my gosh, we have to have you on. I just thought, like I said, your energy is infectious and in a good way. Other people have it in a bad way, but in a good way. And I just was like, you know what? I want to get your story out there and let people know about what you're doing and how you've gotten there. Because I think it's also your story is more than just about being a soap maker or an artist. It's about how you really re-navigated life and had this defining moment where you said, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And it also was driven by family, by your daughter's eczema. And I just think there's so many cool facets to what you're doing now. And you open yourself up to that. And that's just a story in itself. I love it.
Thank you so much. I never realized it until you pointed out to me, actually, that I guess I do have a story. Because it was like I've just been going through life and not really realizing that it's creating a story.
Oh, so we are the best podcast. Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. I love this. I want to come on more. I love you guys.
All right. We're gonna shop for some art. So we'll have to do that.
I want that fish.
Yeah, and I've got some ideas for you of where I'd like to invite you to be part of. So we're gonna stay in touch.
Oh,
And
for sure. I love y'all. You're amazing.
I think you're
If I could give you a hug through the screen, I would hug both of y'all. Like,
I love it. I'm so grateful that you said yes. And we're so grateful that you took time to talk to us about your journey that is really just beginning, And
yeah.
I can't wait to follow you and to see what an incredible success you continue to be and grow. So thank you for spending time with us.
And the website, once again, is
www.pinkoceanbrand.com. And I'm on Etsy as well under pinkoceanbrand.com. And I would love for everyone to follow me on my TikTok because I'm like not really big on social media. So my TikTok is my thing. So if everybody can follow me on that, that is at I Love Pink Ocean Brand. And I'm posting like my artwork on there stuff too. So
how did you lastly, I'm just curious, how did you come up with that name for your brand?
Pink Ocean.
Okay. So my husband actually came up with that because my favorite color is pink, as you can tell. Like this is as much, if I could wear pink every day, I would, like head to toe. And I told my husband,
Fun fact, pink was invented as a gentleman color. Look it up. It was for men.
I did not know that. See, but I love pink. Like I love it. Like so, and I love the ocean. You say I'm by the water all the time. So my husband make Pink Ocean. So there it is.
It's better to have Tya Upper than Debbie Downer.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Pink Ocean. So that's how that happened. So when I get my my check from being an artist, if you see me in pink all the time, you'll know I got paid. He's in pink every day, head to toe. So
I love it. Tya, thank you so much
for
taking time to share your story with us. We're so grateful. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. And Jamie, when I set up anywhere, I'll let you know so y'all can come see me.
Yes. I will send you my personal cell so you can text me and we will come and see you for sure.
We started, I was an 8, now I'm an 8.5.
Oh, look at you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm glad I did that. That makes me feel good.
You're inspiring. Your energy, like I said, is infectious. And I'm so glad that we got a chance to talk with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. I had a great
Bye. Thank you.
Yes, bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
So incredible, right? I mean, just like when I told you that it was going to be an amazing conversation.
Let's take some lunch. Come on down. We'll take lunch.
I told you it was going to be an amazing conversation.
She's delightful. When you have that, when your life transforms in a way that's so natural to you, it's just a feeling of you're totally connected. Yeah. It feels great.
I mean, her energy is just like you can feel an aura, like maybe it's pink, an aura spreading from who she is and what's happening and just growing and glowing. I love it. I love it. We need to get on her website now and start searching. Okay.
I want the fish.
We got to end this podcast.
I want the fish.
You want the fish.
With a matching soap dish.
Are you going to be allowed to put it somewhere in your house?
If I do it at night, nobody sees it. With the lights off.
Well, listener, it just goes to show you that sometimes, just by slowing down, asking different questions, and not sometimes, most times, you can learn the most incredible things about people. I was getting my daughter's hair done as fairy hair, and look who we met, and it was amazing. So, yeah.
Everybody has a concept, an idea, a thought inside of them. So if you want to pursue it, just open yourself up, listen, to your inner voice. It will never lie to you.
Yeah, life's too short to be miserable.
Too long for some people.
Until next time, have a great day.
We don't mean you. See you.
Bye.
Hey, thank you for tuning into today's What's Your Story podcast.
To learn more or share your story, go to jamiemarco.com. That's www.jamiemarco.com. And we will see you next time.